All clear. Dispatch, enjoy your ride. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Theme Park Tempo. Here today in Elysburg, Pennsylvania, about to walk into the largest amusement resort in America. What I mean by that, obviously not the biggest theme park. Knoebels prides themselves on being the pay-per-ticket option, which a lot of places don't do anymore. You can still do it here. There's a lot of historic rides we're going to get on today. We're taking you with us. We're going to do the pay-per-ticket option because I don't think you could get a wristband now with COVID. But if the wristband's available, we'll do that. Unfortunately, two of the coasters here are closed, the Flying Turns, which is the one that, it's historic for the fact that they built it themselves. And then right behind me, the Eurofighter is closed, which is unfortunate. Everything else should be operational, though, when I called. I'm going to get definitely 4 coaster credits today. They have the Haunted Mansion here, a drop tower I want to get on, and probably the Skyway, too. So, taking you with us. Come on. All right, walking up, you just pretty much, it's a self-parking lot. They don't charge you, and you're on grass, which is really retro and old school. Walking in, you see a little graveyard of ride pieces off to the right. I can see some, what looks like maybe Ferris wheels. I could call it a gondola, but they have different skyways here. That is a Eurofighter, which is not available today, unfortunately. Would have loved to have gone on it. I see somebody in the station, though. Maybe. Be nice. But walking in, very clean park, rather empty. Oh, you can pay for one day. Yeah, let's do that then, because I want to get on a lot. She does look like a beauty. According when I called, they're not opening this ride this season because it's such a slow-moving ride as it is. As they disinfect the seats time and time again, you would have outrageous queues. Mobile security. Nice little Nicky gift shop here. Little nifty. Beautiful park. It's empty though. Impulse is the name, both. Yep, the Eurofighter. I do like how they have like little impulses on the, I'm not sure if you can see, I'll try to zoom in. Those little impulses on the railings. Not sure what it is, but it's the loaf. Get some potato cakes, a little frog hopper game, a lot of flat rides here. But as you know, we're more concerned about the coasters and the dark rides. We're around here somewhere. Yeah, Twister and the Phoenix are the two big ones. We go get our hand stamped and then we'll rumble. You don't have a midway here, but I guess you would kind of call it this, their midway. Yeah, I'm definitely amusement park. Even though they do have bigger rides than most amusement parks. Yeah, this will fall under amusement park for me. I still love them, don't get me wrong. I go this way. Come to Knoebels and have your birthday under this big giant birthday cake. You're crossing a bridge which has a lot of writing on it. This park is infamous for flooding during the rains. And this being the river that does most of it. A lot of people over the years have extra names. Got mini golf down there. Nice little park. I'm liking it. Well, I've always been a huge fan of the Haunted Mansion at Disney, as you can see from my tattoo. We are going to be getting on, it's called the same exact thing, the Haunted Mansion, but it is a ghost train. It's not included with the bracelet. You do gotta pay per ticket. We're gonna do that now and get ourselves on the Haunted Mansion. Really cool looking ghost train. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was my favorite ghost train I've ever been on. It's extremely well set up. It almost tells a story, so I'm almost giving it a dark ride, but there's random scenes all put together, which is what ghost trains are, and which is why I do love them. But I am a extremely jumpy person, and I wasn't expecting it to be that scary. You can hear that yell in the background. That was the last two scares. It got me really good. That whole ride was extraordinary as far as jump scares are concerned. Definitely going to give it another run later after we get on some more rides. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is Haunted Mansion, not to be confused with the famous The Haunted Mansion at Disney. No, this is Haunted Mansion, one of the best ghost trains in the world, to be honest with you. The difference real quick between a ghost train and what considers a ghost train a dark ride, like the Haunted Mansion. A ghost train is just a lot of spooky effects that are meant to scare you, and they generally don't tell that much of a story, where dark rides tell a story and really follow one basic soundtrack that entices the whole entire story of the ride together. So this is a ghost train by definition, however, though, still a fun ride regardless. Here we go. The theming, though, altogether was an 8. Wonderful props inside, wonderful animatronics, not your typical carnival ghost train. Definitely they put some work into this. Total track a total track length of 7.5. It was a nice long ride, especially for a ghost train. Most ghost trains are over quick like that. This ghost train lasted about 5 or 6 minutes, so it was a decently long ride. All in all, together though, the story was a little bit lacking because it is a 6. It goes from one scene to another a lot, but it is kind of, like in the beginning, it kind of tells a story, but towards the end it gets all spaced out and whatnot. And then, of course, the soundtrack of a 6.5, much like ghost trains are, they're very animatronic driven. However, though, it was still a fun time. Giving the Haunted Mansion's total tempo ticket score of a 7. 7 total tempo tickets for Haunted Mansion. Feeling extremely old school with these tickets. I haven't done this in years. Alright, first coaster of the day is a legendary Phoenix. This ride was built in the 70s. Traditional Woody. You get some nice airtime on some of these hills, it looks like, and from the POVs I've seen online. It's only $3 a ride, which is not bad at all. Not at all. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was one of my favorite. It's like an old school Woodies. That is my favorite one. What a ride. What a rush. I was not expecting the amount of ejector airtime I got on such an old ride like that. I can see why it's gotten so many awards over the years. The Phoenix, ladies and gentlemen, excellent, very, very, very solid wooden roller coaster. Up next on the technical breakdown sheet is the Phoenix, dubbed the world's greatest wooden roller coaster. I do not agree with that statement. However, it was an amazing ride. Definitely nowhere near as good as El Toro or Voyage. I can tell you that much. But definitely up there as far as old school Woodies are concerned. So here we go. Total intensity rating of a 7 for the Phoenix. It didn't really let up. It was a good ride altogether. I'll give it that. A lot of G-force and a lot of airtime. Layout 8, what a beauty to look at. Those old school Woodies are always a wonderful addition to any skyline in the theme park. Total theming though of 6, nothing insane. Your typical Woody, although the cars though were kind of shaped like a Phoenix, which was cool. Smoothness of 6.5, it is older, but then again it is well kept, so it is not horribly rough. Total airtime of 7, you get a lot of nice ejector airtime, especially coming off the second drop. And a rewritability factor of 8 just because of the historic value and how awesome it is and fun to ride. Bringing the Phoenix's total tempo ticket score to a 7.18. 7.18 for the Phoenix. And there is a model they have here of the Phoenix. Really cool model. Amazing wooden roller coaster. Right there, you can see those little bunny hills. That's where you get all that ejector airtime, because you're coming down from a decent-sized drop. It's not the tallest or fastest Woody, but you're coming down from a decent-sized drop, and you're going through such a small hill, and that's going to pop you right out of the seat. No seatbelts on that, too, by the way. It's just a pulled-down old-fashioned lap bar that clicks and clocks 90 degrees each way. But, like I said again, amazing ride. I've never seen one of these in person. This is amazing. I've always wanted to see one of these. And wow! And this here in the background, ladies and gentlemen, is Flying Turns, the park's own trackless roller coaster. It's bobsled. They built it themselves. It's the only one in the world that's wooden. There's other bobsleds around, but this one is completely wooden. I love that. They told us we couldn't build it, but we did it anyway. Apparently, since it's just a slow loading ride, it's not operational because they can't socially distance and keep the queue down. So I understand that. Ooh, there's a drop tower operational. We might have to give that a whirl. Yes, it looks like it is. Let's do that. So your standard drop tower, no zoom and jar, obviously, 148 feet. Bigger than the ones on my recent trip. Next up in the background is the Twister, and we're going to be doing that next. So much like from Flying Turns, the Twister you see right here was manufactured by Knoebels himself. They built this, so like they didn't get any outside help, which is really awesome. That looks like a solid wooden roller coaster. Okay, that was really, really good as well. This park is big on their woodens. Unfortunately, one of it's closed. Hopefully the indoor one's opening, so I'm going to try to give that a whirl. But Twister, look at that. Look at those turns. That is an amazing wooden. You go up this lift hill first, and then you go down this, like, it's almost like a CGI the way it runs, but it's not because it's a little old school. But it's very, very turn heavy like a CGI is. But either way, so you go through these this high bank turns, and you go through this high bank drop, and you come around up to this other lift hill, and then you go through all this wonder and glory that you see here. And you get really close, see if we get a shot. Alrighty, it's time for the technical breakdown of Twister, the park's homemade wooden roller coaster. Coming in with a intensity rating of 7.5, extremely turn heavy, a lot of G-force. Whole track layout of 7.5 as well. What a beauty this coaster was to look at from on and off board as well. Just a spectacular sight. Total theming of 5, your typical wooden roller coaster station, nothing outrageous. The theming comes from the name Twister, but no actual theming. Smoothness of 6, a little bumpy around the edges, but that's what you get for your woodies sometimes. But it didn't kill the overall experience of the ride. Airtime is 6, nothing like the Phoenix in the park or anything like El Toro. You get some decent ejector, nothing insane. A rewritability of total of 7. I would go on it just because it's such a fun ride. Keep going on them woodies, of course. Totally bringing the woodies of Twister into a total tempo ticket score of 6.63. 6.63 total tempo tickets. Good old school. Let me make sure. Yep, carousel. Yep, those are all horses. Nice, very nice. Good old school carousel. Up next is the Black Diamond Mining Corporation. Sorry, company. It's an indoor roller coaster, more of a dark ride, but it is technically a roller coaster and it does count for a credit, so we're going to get on it. There's the cars. Pretty nice theming here. So that was the indoor coaster. It was more of a dark ride than anything other than a coaster, but it was still fun to do. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is the Black Mining Company. Technically, like I said, this is a roller coaster by the way it operates, chain lift and gravity driven, but it really is a dark ride. There's one little teeny drop in there. It's nothing outrageous. It is very dark ride driven. So for the sake of reviewing it, I'm going to give it what it truly is so it gets the best score it possibly could be, because if I were to rate this as a roller coaster, it would get a very low score. So in fairness, I'm going to rate it as a dark ride. Here we go. Theming here, excellent inside, 7.5. A lot of it pays homage to the area you're in Pennsylvania where mining is famous. So it was really cool to see that. Coming into a length of the attraction, it was rather long. It's indoors, which was nice at a 6.75. Theming, story though. Altogether, the story is 6.5. It made sense, but it didn't make it was a story of miners and what they were going through, but there wasn't an actual story within that. So there was some story within what the theming is, would have been nice, but I do appreciate it nonetheless. And a total soundtrack of 6. It's more animated driven. I'm sorry. It's not really soundtrack based like your Splash Mountains are soundtrack based. It's more of like when you pass animatronics, they go off, and then that's what you're hearing. That's their soundtrack. So overall, total tempo ticket store for Black Mining Company at 6.67. 6.67 total tempo tickets for Black Mining Company. Nice ride. I'm gonna have some re-rides. I'm going to Lockton and have some re-rides on the Woodies. And then probably head on out in a little bit. Walking into the Carousel Museum here in Knoebels. A lot of cool stuff here. And you walk in and wow. Beautiful. All throughout the years. Jumping horse, the outside row, and another outside row horse. Dating back a long time ago. Oh, right here in front of us. It's beautiful. Kept up really well too. Look at that. In the middle is your merry-go-round section, because these are animals other than horses, which makes it a merry-go-round. And the horses want to make it a carousel. 1880, 1915. This guy looks cool, the guy in the back. Oh, wow. 1879. 1846, this is the oldest date I've seen thus far. Look at these things now. Amazingly kept. I got a whole museum back here dedicated to the park. Oh, the mining museum. I'm sorry, this is a mining museum. There's a museum dedicated to the park somewhere, but this is the mining museum of all the areas, and there's a T-Rock sky in here for some reason. It's nice and AC in here. Last coaster credit of the day, Cosmos Curves. It's just a kiddie coaster. They have a nice little family boat ride that goes underneath the coaster here. It's kind of big for a kiddie coaster, but it's credit nonetheless. Well, there we go. The kiddie coaster here in the park, nothing nuts. It gives you 4 rotations though, which as a bigger guy hurts, but like I said, a credit nonetheless. That was my 141st coaster that I've been on in my life. 141 the number is. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is the final roller coaster today. Unfortunately, two of the other roller coasters were closed in the park, so I can't give you a breakdown because I didn't get to ride. Either way, here's Cosmos Curves, a kiddie coaster, an intensity of 4. It's a kiddie coaster, so none of these numbers are going to be that high, but it's a good kiddie coaster though. Layout of 5 and a theming of 5. Lately themed to Cosmos Curves. Not sure who that character is, but it looks fun. Overall smoothness of 5. Airtime of 3. It's a kiddie coaster, you're not getting much airtime on any of them. And re-rideability factor of 4, bringing Cosmos Curves to a total tempo ticket score of 4.2. 4.2 total tempo tickets for Cosmos Curves. Well, that was Knoebels Amusement Resort, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful time. Really old school theme park. Excellent on their prices. I got my meal today for like $9, which in theme park pricing is phenomenal. Like I said, free parking, great wooden coasters. Coaster today goes to Phoenix. Got it to 141 coasters today, so looking forward to bringing you along as I add more to that list. Alrighty, it's time to rate Knoebels Amusement Resort as a whole. Wonderful experience at Knoebels. Really brings back that old school carnival feel with a lot of new school attractions as well. So it really is the best of both worlds. I love the ticket options. I love how clean it is. I love the free parking. We're going to get into all that right now. So the total theming though, Knoebels is a 7. It is very carnival driven, but the theme rides there, they do deliver the 2 dark rides. But in overall, the theming is a carnival atmosphere, and they really do deliver with that theming as well. Cost of it though, 9. And I'm rating this as a high number too because it is very cheap. So therefore, it is better to give a higher number in cost. So although it is a high number, the costs for things were low. The pay-per-ticket option, it was like $3 a roller coaster. The wristband was like $25 after 4 o'clock. And I got a meal for like $7. It was amazing. Really good prices. Free parking. Cleanliness though now is an 8. Wonderfully clean park. Nobody littered. They had these really cool trash cans where you put your garbage into, and it's like a character's mouth, and it sucks out the garbage for you. But really clean park. Quality of attractions altogether at a 7.5. A lot of different stuff. There's really something for everybody. There's wooden roller coasters, steel roller coasters, flat rides, dark rides, kiddie rides. They have it all there. 7.5 altogether. Operations also ranking in at a 7.5. They were very good getting people on and off the rides. And a lot of things were working, even though during the COVID crisis, quote unquote. A lot of theme parks are suffering with operations, but no, they did a phenomenal job, and the upkeep at the park altogether is an 8. Wonderfully historically old park, and they just really preserve the history there, and they really make it feel like you're riding the park back then, but it's today, but it's just as clean, if that makes any sense. Either way though, total Knoebels is ranking in at a lucky number of 7.77 total tempo tickets. Total tempo tickets for Knoebels, 7.77. I'll catch everybody next time, and until then, I'll meet you at the Midway.